What's up, everybody? It's Jeffrey Lyles. You are listening to Lyles Movie Files. We are here, and we actually managed to be recording the episode before or after the big news has come out. Normally, we record and then, I'm editing the show. Hey, guess what? Some breaking news happened. This time, we're on top of it, so we cannot wait to break it down for you all on this week's show. Little brother, how you doing?
I'm doing good. Ready to do some podcasting.
Excellent. Jay King, welcome back. How are you doing, man?
I'm doing well, everybody. I've been on a world tour with Muhammad and Pooja, my woman. Um, yeah, we're still on, but we'll be back next. We'll be back tomorrow, actually. And yeah, going to Thanksgiving, man. I'm not showing my face because I look like a chia pet that's been neglected.
Chia.
Hey, dude, it's something terrible. You guys still have your hairlines intact. When you have a receding hairline and you've let your head you've neglected the top of your head for a while. You look like an orange, like a molded orange. Especially with me because I got a round head. Dude, I got molded orange. It's the worst. So you're not getting any of me tonight. You're not getting none of me on camera tonight.
I
But
want
I'm
to
so
see
happy to
a
be here.
shot. I want to see a shot after the show, though. Gunner, what's going on with you, man?
What's good, y'all? What's good, everybody?
Good. Listen, let's get into this right now. I'm not going to build it up. We have been literally, I feel like we've been talking about this pretty much since the pandemic started. What is Warner Brothers going to do with Wonder Woman 1984? It was like, all right, we're not going to the theaters this year to see it, maybe next year. And the Warner Brothers is like, all right, listen, it's coming to theaters on Christmas Day. That's it. No more delays. We're putting it out there. Today, this evening, bombshell revealed that it is actually going to theaters, but it will also be airing on HBO Max. Christmas Day. It's a Christmas miracle for those of us who have HBO Max and have been waiting for something to justify adding that onto their PS4 and everywhere else. Because literally, I'm like, I have all this stuff. Why do I need to? I mean, I wasn't paying for it. I mean, it comes with our cable service, but it was like, why are y'all hyping this up? Call me back when Zack Snyder's Snyder Cut is ready. Now, I have something to look forward to. And I'll probably watch Scoob just to be like, hey, thanks for putting something else on here that I was interested in seeing. But yeah, can't wait to see this. We'll talk about all the ramifications, repercussions in a moment. But what's your gut reaction to this, Jace?
Great call. I mean, just we some of us have been wanting to see this movie for 2 years, and so I'm glad that they are finally saying, all right, we need to do something. We need to do right by this movie and put it out there at least for the fans who want to see it. So I'm really happy about it.
Jay King, what's your thoughts?
This is excellent. I mean, this is part of what I've been waiting for since, honestly, since we've been under the COVID protocol and the COVID way of life. We've got a full year of movies when you think about it that have been postponed or at least postponed till next year or indefinitely. And finally, somebody had the cojones to put out a major blockbuster on the streaming service. And I think it's going to I think this is a game changer because this is gonna if this goes well, which I know it will. I think this gonna HBO Max is gonna skyrocket as far as subscriptions. I think so. I think what's gonna happen is a lot of other studios are gonna pay attention and say, well, damn, we can do this too. Maybe we should release our blockbusters because for what it's worth,
All right,
second wave is no
hold
joke.
on. I
Yeah.
want to get into that in a second, but
Okay.
I just wanted your first take. Gunner, what's your thoughts on this?
Man, first of all, I got HBO Max free from my AT&T situation, my cell phone. So I got it free for a year. So I'm definitely getting my money's worth. So yeah, this is perfect. Like like Jay King said, man. Like like the major streaming service. Like okay, Mulan was one thing, but they were trying to charge a grip. So they didn't they didn't see what they really could have done with it. We already know what happened with Chris Nolan, right? So yeah, I was really excited to see Tenet, but I still ain't seen it because I ain't trying to kill myself. So this right here, the Wonder Woman, look, I'm gonna be watching in the comfort of my own home, some Uber Eats sushi, chilling. My own streaming service, yeah, HBO Max about to skyrocket because the cats that don't have it yet, they're like, yeah, that's worth $14.
Yeah.
Another tidbit about that: don't forget, all the DC shows are moving over from the DC universe to HBO Max too, so it's definitely worth it. I'm keeping it, even when I gotta start paying.
It was definitely one of those things where it was like this first year is kind of whack because it was like, hey, we got HBO Max. What do you got, HBO Max? Oh, we got Witches, we got Scoob, and we got all the stuff you've seen already. Harry Potter, great, have it on my shelf. Friends, it's on TBS daily.
Right.
They were hyping stuff, and it's like, dude, how are you gonna make this?
Like, I don't need all this.
Yeah.
Sheldon.
Disney
Don't
Plus
forget young Sheldon.
Yeah, exactly. Disney Plus didn't have a rack of stuff, but we understood why, because they were like, hey, in the fall of 2020, stuff is coming. But we got this show called The Mandalorian, which you are going to love, and we've got Clone Wars. So we've had content from them, but HBO Max has been a non-starter for me. I didn't even care about getting it. I was like, oh, we have that? Oh, cool. Not going to watch it because there's nothing there. But now, game totally changed. So how is this going to affect everything? Because I feel like this is Domino 1. And I don't know how they're going to measure the success of this because there's the thought that, hey, it cost Warner Brothers $200 million to make. In a comic book movie, you're pretty much assured, unless you're like some Fox or Sony pre-affiliation with Marvel Studios, that your movie wasn't necessarily going to make 200. But I mean, Marvel is like 200 million. That's easy. Warner Brothers, 200 million. We got that cold too. They're not going to make 200 million from Wonder Woman. Maybe, because with it being on HBO Max, people who are adapting into the streamer only, like Jace and me, I need that hard copy, Blu-ray, 4K, whatever. I need that in my shelf. And I don't care if it's as simple as going to the thing and just hitting it. I want to put it in the disc and all that stuff. How is this going to impact Blu-ray sales, and how will Wonder Woman 1984 generate a profit?
I'm thinking it's probably going to be kind of like Mulan did for Disney Plus. They're going to measure. I don't know if they are a premium to watch the movie, which I think is the way to go. But if for some reason they decide not, I can't even say it. That's the way to go. I just giving that away to every subscriber is a dumb idea. I mean, especially when you can do a 30-day trial or something like that. That's just a horrible idea.
Okay, let me read to you what Ann Sarnoff, the chair and CEO of Warner Media Studios and Network Group, said in a statement. As we navigate these unprecedented times, we've had to be innovative in keeping our business moving forward while continuing to super serve our fans. This is an amazing film that really comes to life on the big screen. And working with our partners in the exhibition community, we will provide that option to consumers in the U.S. where theaters are open. We realize that a lot of consumers can't go back to the movies due to the pandemic, so we also want to give them the option to see Wonder Woman 1984 via our HBO Max platform. So, does it sound like a pay window to get to it? You're just gonna be able to go.
Probably.
That's one of those more details will be released, and terms are subject to change. But I think they're
as we research Mulan's situation, we'll figure out our price point.
Yeah.
Well, no, I'm reading more details. The movie's going to hit international theaters on December 16th. Hopefully that'll give them some money, which, for international markets, that should do well. Aquaman did really well for Warner Brothers internationally, so Wonder Woman probably should as well. It's going to be available HBO Max at no additional cost to subscribers.
That's insane.
That's good though. I see their strategy. That's a good strategy. Release it internationally first. Get your bank, and be like, here you go, peoples.
Well, here's the interesting thing. I wonder if they change kind of the terms of HBO Max for new subscribers, like for say Melvin, who has a through his AT&T phone, but maybe they'll say somebody like me who's going to come in a couple of days before or the day of and say, hey, unlike everybody else, you have to subscribe for a 2-year to get to be able to view this movie versus anybody else who's grandfathered in. I mean,
I think what they should do is cancel the free trials on December 23rd. So you can't see Wonder Woman for free. Like I would just until some later date in 2021. No free trials, no 14 days, no 7 days. You're in.
Well, maybe
one in, you have to pay.
Well, maybe it's like you kind of put that one thing behind a paywall. It's like this
Bingo.
is available to subscribers. Like, and maybe just like have it as your ad. Like, but this is only available to subscribers.
Yeah,
I actually know how to do that. I think they just need to hide like those premium content. You know what I mean? Like they do with like everything else. Any kind of like webinar type of thing. It's like premium content. Sign this, otherwise you ain't watching it. Yeah.
Another possibility is like, you remember maybe 7-8 years ago now, probably longer than that, when Jay-Z's last terrible album came out. Not the terrible album he put out recently, but the terrible album he put out before that.
Talking about American Gangster.
I don't know. No, it was after American Gangster. It was somewhere in the time where I don't know. It was
Blueprint
the one that had.
Free.
I don't remember.
It was like it was the first thing on title.
Something I don't know. Let's just call it Dumpster Fire 4, whatever. When he put Dumpster Fire 4 out, it was an exclusivity thing where if you were a Sprint customer or if you were one of the beta users for Apple Music at that time, the album, like U2 did the same thing. You got the album, the whole album came with, so it was one of your pre-purchases. Like if you bought the, let's say if you buy the Grand Theft Auto with the starter pack of the whatever, right? You get all this content included, and that was one of the featured contents that was included with this thing, right? Maybe HBO, have they mentioned that they pay an obscene amount to Warner Brothers Studios to have the exclusivity of Wonder Woman being shown on HBO Max? Because they may have paid
this is under their
amount
umbrella.
of money.
This is their umbrella.
This is their umbrella.
This is their thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
They don't pay anyone.
They don't pay anybody. Okay.
Nope.
Huh. So I wonder how are they going to do this?
Yeah. Like I said, I feel like
very curious how the money's going to be made.
Cancel free trials. You got to pay to see it, and maybe you make them commit to a 6-month window.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like as a blockbuster movie, I don't want to see Wonder Woman 3's chances of not getting made because we didn't make any money on Wonder Woman 1984.
Well, I'm sure like Patty probably is like, I mean they probably said, hey, I want a commitment for Wonder Woman 3. If you guys do this, I want a commitment for Wonder Woman 3 in the deal. Like just 100%, it's in the deal if you do it like this. Like,
all right, let me go to what Patty and Gal Gadot have said on Twitter about this. Let me see. All right, so Patty said the time has come. At some point, you have to choose to share any love. Sorry, it was like one image, and now I need to pull up the other one. Okay, great. The time has come. At some point, you have to choose to share any love and joy you have to give over everything else. We love our movie as we love our fans. We truly hope that our film brings a little bit of joy and reprieve to all of you this holiday season. Watch it in theaters, big caps, underline, where it is made safe to do so. Check out the great work theaters have done to make it so, and available in the safety of your home on HBO Max where it is not. Happy holidays to all of you. We hope you enjoy our film as much as we enjoy making it. Gal Gadot said, okay. All right, it's time. We've all waited a long time for this one to come. I can't tell you how excited I am for all of you to see this movie. It wasn't an easy decision. We never thought we'd have to hold on to the release for such a long time, but COVID rocked all of our worlds. We feel the movie has never been so relevant, and we hope that it'll bring some joy, hope, and love to your hearts. Wonder Woman 1984 is a special one for me, and I can only hope it'll be as special to you too. We've put our hearts and souls into it. So you can watch it in theaters. They're doing an amazing job of keeping it safe. and you can watch it on HBO Max from your homes. Sending you my love. Please keep safe and wear a mask. Happy holidays to all of us. Let the light shine. So they're, similar language in some cases. Yeah, so we've got that squared away. They're, on Twitter, social media, cool with it. Patty Jenkins she was not Christopher Nolan temper tantrum. Put my movie in theaters or else. She was
You saw how well that
definitely,
went.
yeah, she was definitely like, okay, I would really prefer to have this movie in theaters so people can see it, but it's cool. I'll wait the process out. We'll do it this way. And I think this makes more sense. I think also it makes Patty Jenkins look like a far more sensible person than Christopher Nolan. Um, gosh, he just irritated me so much with his whole deal with Tenet on this. And I know there's some areas that are safe to go to theaters. Even if they were quote unquote safe, I would not go. So I'm really happy this option is available. Disney Plus also has a film, Soul, coming out in December, and I think it's December 25th as well. So it'll be interesting because we'll have two new films coming out on Christmas. So for all of us who can't go and spend hours trying to make nice with family members, we actually don't have to put on the face. We can just watch movies. It'll be great.
We all love our families in the holidays, wherever we can spend them.
Right. So good stuff. Anything else on Wonder Woman, guys?
No, we're good.
This is a good idea.
Good idea. Good stuff.
All right. So now for my next question. There are a couple of movies, quote unquote, that have been moved to 2021. And probably some of the thinking here was what possible weekend could Wonder Woman 1984 fit in if it decided to move to next year? I'm starting to think, guys, this pandemic is not going to be over on January 1st.
Fair assessment.
Yeah, okay. So that being said, what is the optimistic best case scenario that people will feel safe going back into theaters? I'm thinking all the first quarters a wash.
Done.
So summer 2021, when maybe, I mean, we're seeing people not do anything right now. Numbers are going super high. So this is indicative of how it's going to be when people decide, I don't care, I'm going to see Grandma Leah, and I'm going to go hang out with Cousin Joe Bob. I want to do this thing. And it's a super, super spreader thing after Christmas. Does this push us back until past the summer, to the fall?
I think anybody trying to do the movie before August is just silly.
Well, this is going to depend upon the number one factor. What region is going to be regional? Because I can tell you, coastal, we're not going to go quite yet. Well, our comfort levels are not going to be where they need to be for us to be moviegoers again. In the South and the Midwest, however, we're going to the movies and we ain't wearing no goddamn mask because Donald Trump has told us not to, and Biden and Obama want us to wear. No, that's going to be their whole thing. They're going to go to the movies and do whatever it is they want to do. And I'm not going hard on y'all. This is a reality. Look at how this thing is spread in the Midwest now. It's like wildfire because y'all didn't believe it was so. You didn't believe it was true. And that trend is not going to continue. It's going to continue. It's not going to end.
They needed to go to Sturgis for their motorcycle rally.
Right? Of course.
Please, give them a break. Gunner, what do you think, man?
I agree. Like, it's got to be regional, 1. 2, July-ish, people are going to start feeling better because the vaccines are supposed to be, well, if FDA approves them, according to the news that I've been reading and watching and all that, vaccine should be cool to the public if all goes well with FDA, around April. But yeah, first quarter's done, right? We're just going to be sitting at home chilling. And the Midwest is just going to be doing what they do, and we'll see how well that goes for them. And then, around April is when it's supposed to be able to be like mass produced for people, for us, not just healthcare workers or whatever, just for us. And so that gives us July, August, like y'all said, right? You know what I mean? Like, I think people are going to feel froggy in like June, but smart people will still be podcasting separately, chilling. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. I may
until at least September, just me.
It's like buying a new game system. You don't buy it the first week. You buy it months later, so they finished getting all
Thank
the kinks out.
you.
It's like an
And
Apple
plus the
update.
first.
I ain't updating my phone until it crashes the first freaking
Exactly.
update, and I
Exactly.
can't get no phone calls. I wait a month or 4, and then I'll be like, all right, let me upload this joint because now it's it's 14.8.
Yeah.
Let me upload that
Exactly.
joint.
That
Sorry, we
first
got a
wave
new
of
update.
people burn their phones.
Yeah.
Jeff, you just touched on something. Do not buy the PS whatever and the Xbox or
Oh,
PS3,
yeah.
whatever they call it. Don't buy it. The first waves of games are always trash.
Big
I'm
trash.
like, you
I'm
need to be
looking like,
buying that
what is there to play?
PS5 like around the when the vaccines come out. That's when you buy the PS5.
Yeah. Now the funny thing is, which will be more plentiful, PS5s or the vaccine?
Ooh.
So that's a podcast.
Hey,
Yo, that's a podcast.
Well,
I
I will
take a
say
bet
this
on it.
about that. You can't go in there and buy 5 vaccines. You can't go in there and get 5 vaccines. You can go buy 5 PS5s however.
Good point.
Dang.
All right. So that being said, what is the next big movie that's going to decide, screw it, we're going to come and put our movie on the streamer?
What's our candidates?
Yeah, what are our choices?
Right.
I don't even know what's coming out anymore.
Yeah,
People aren't advertising them that much.
Give me a second. Here's the James Bond movie, No Time to Die.
Oh, yeah.
That is delayed until next year. Maverick, the Top Gun film, delayed. Black Widow, delayed. Avatar. What else? Hold on, I'm still going through this list because it's we know Coming to America now is coming on Amazon Prime.
Right.
Tomb Raider 2. That seems like a fine choice. The Kingsman.
Summer flop.
Right.
So that will come out in August anyway.
Yeah. Morbius. Quiet Place 2.
Oh.
They were showing the promos for that before this whole thing started.
Right.
For Halloween.
Godzilla vs. Kong. Spiral. F9. Fast and Furious 9. Jurassic World Dominion.
Nope.
Ghostbusters.
Double.
Uncharted. So I mean, in Shang-Chi and the Shang-Chi and the Ten
Oh
Rings.
yeah. I mean, the Marvel ones are coming out Disney Plus. They ain't gonna go crazy on this one.
I've gotta feel like they have to start going. There's a way to do it. I mean, because I feel like if anybody that's proof this whole thing of it's going to shut our studio down if we don't make money on this thing, it's Marvel.
Yeah, I think Black Widow seems to be probably out of all. I think Black Widow seems to be like the next domino to fall. I'd say probably around
February.
Yeah, I say around Valentine's Day. They're just like, yeah, let's just drop it.
They have a notorious February record. I could take February as well.
Yeah.
I bet they're going to put Black Widow out on May because they normally put their films out on May, Free Comic Book Day weekend, and just to stay within some sort of tradition, even though 2020 was the first time in forever we haven't had a Marvel Studios film in theaters to go to. And again, can I say how glad I am that Endgame came out last year?
Well, I was going to say Quiet Place 2 would be, I mean, that seems like another one that could be, I mean, depending on how much the studio putting the money into it, I think that would be another good one for people to watch at home because you can, you get freaked out a whole lot more watching a movie like that at home, almost versus a studio where, I mean, in a theater where somebody's on their phone, blabbing their mouth and the, dramatic part, I mean, the scary part comes out. So
don't forget the baby crying right at that.
Hey, yo, what's up, man? Yeah, no, man, I'm good. I can talk.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm good. I'm in the movie. No, I can talk. It's all right. Yeah. So we got that. J. King, you got any thoughts on it?
There's some really good candidates. I think the only holdover I see is being James Cameron with his, he's probably going to want you have to have the full submersive theater experience for my film. I can see him being that guy when it comes to releasing Avatar. He'll hold out as long as COVID is around so he can get people in the theaters, get the head count, and show it on IMAX, Super IMAX, or whatever we're doing by 2023.
Which maybe by that point people will stop caring about Avatar. Oh wait, that was
they will. Oh, that was okay. That was 2015. All right. Um, I think he'll be the one lone holdover. Everybody else will probably get with it, especially with Wonder Woman. After Wonder Woman, because Wonder Woman's going to be the bar. That's going to be what studios measure and say, hey, if they can turn a nearly a billion to a billion, we're going to go ahead and release our stuff, man. We got no choice. I mean, would we keep holding on to it or let it go and release it? I think all the studios are going to follow suit after Wonder Woman. All those movies are potential candidates. I only see Avatar being the holdout because of James Cameron. I know he's going to pull that.
We didn't mention this earlier, but Wonder Woman is a super lure to theaters. I feel like way more than Tenet because you never know what
Oh
you're gonna get
yeah.
with the Nolan film. It's like, is it gonna be Prestige? Is it gonna be Inception? Or is it gonna
hmm
be Interstellar?
hmm
Yeah.
No, absolutely, absolutely. And that
But
was the
this
thing
case,
about it.
but here's the thing though, because I'm wondering, people are gonna go to the theater to see this, where it's safe
Mhm.
to go. I wonder if there'll be any way to track, like, oh shoot, there were a bunch of people in this movie theater that went to see Wonder Woman and got COVID.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, most
yeah.
like your
And
phones
contact
have,
tracing.
yeah, your phones have contact tracing. But here's the other thing: is like I know a lot of the studios where we are, you can, I mean, like just using Fandango, you can see, like, kind of look at how many people are in the theater, and you can see, all right, wait, where is this person going to be? Where's that seat? There's somebody 2 rows in front of me. I'm not going. I mean, I
Hmm.
think that's the calculus for even the moviegoer is going to be. It's like, that seat's too close to this jerk. You know, I'm
hmm
good.
hmm
Hey, so we finally found a use for calculus. Awesome.
Nice.
Calculus is awesome.
All right,
But
so
aren't the
I'm
AMC
sure.
theaters in the area closed?
I mean, I'm just saying, like, for us, I mean,
Yes,
like, before we started looking, I mean, none of us have even tried to go see a movie in since March, to say the least.
February
Yeah,
for me.
for that.
So yeah,
Believe
because
it was February, right? Yeah. What did we
yeah,
last watch
Bloodshot
in
was
the
the
theater?
last one I saw.
Oh,
Oh,
Bad Boys 3.
Yep.
Saw it
wow,
late in January. Yeah.
Oh
the
yeah.
Oscar-winning Bad Boys 3, Bad Boys Select.
Picture of the year. It's almost a
Best supporting actor Martin Lawrence. Starting campaigning for it right now.
Best actress Vanessa Hudgens for Bad Boys 3 for life.
uh,
But fellas, somehow I've managed to see 90 review 90 films already
this year?
this year.
Yeah, I believe it.
Damn.
Because you
Okay.
be all up on Netflix, going through the dungeons of Netflix and finding
I do.
crap.
I go to the
The
dregs,
catacombs,
but
the dregs.
there's no light
The
except for
dregs.
the tiny lights in the eyes of the rats down there. But yeah, I'm gonna watch a movie this week about killer cicadas.
Uh,
Do you have a VOD pay-per-view link for that so we can all watch that? Sounds great.
And I'm about to watch a Nicolas Cage movie where he is a jiu-jitsu expert.
Oh please,
oh God, I think I
please
saw
tell me
that.
the name. What is the name of this movie?
Oh no, I think it has called jiu-jitsu. Now I will have a screener link for it. So I
Oh
got you guys.
yes.
All right, we can
Wow.
put a
They
real
even
time.
reference in the notes.
Oh my
They
God.
reference Mandy, so I'm excited about that
Oh,
Oh wow.
no, I know what I meant
one.
for it.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
great.
Jiu-Jitsu.
What's up, everybody? You have exhausted every last single option in terms of action movies on your Hulu, Amazon, and Netflix accounts. You need a new one? Our friends at Paramount Pictures have you covered with the rated R film Jiu-Jitsu, starring Nicolas Cage, Tony Jaa, Ooleng Musi, Frank Grillo, and Juju Chan. It's a group of ancient Jiu-Jitsu fighters who have to deal with an ultimate enemy that's not from this planet. So that's right, we got Nicolas Cage, Jiu-Jitsu fighter, fighting alien invaders. How can this movie be bad? I ask you. But you can check it out. You don't even have to ask me. Alright, so you can buy or rent Jiu-Jitsu tonight, or some lucky readers, listeners, what have you, can get a free copy from Lyle's Movie Files, courtesy of Paramount Pictures. All you got to do is email me at lylesmoviefiles@gmail.com and tell me why you want to see this movie. That's simple. Let's see this movie. Jiu-Jitsu looks like a lot of fun and lots of insane Nicolas Cage craziness, which of course is never a bad thing. So check it out, Jiu-Jitsu. Buy or rent it tonight or win a free copy. Lyle's Movie Files and Paramount Pictures. Now back to the rest of the show.
So Zack Snyder has made like all the news for DC this year outside of, hey, are they going to put Wonder Woman out or not? So new Justice League Snyder Cut trailer dropped yesterday, and Snyder is, of course, an Oscar-winning director. He decided to try something different and put the trailer out in black and white. It was a decision he made. But later on, we saw the color version, which, of course, was like, hey, a colored version of this movie. It's awesome. Did you guys see it, and what did you think?
I saw it. It's fine. Same one, isn't it? It's just different colors.
No, they added in a few more segments, like sad cyborg watching kids play football. It became a meme like in 20
I did
seconds.
see that. Oh, yeah. Little clips here and there. Yeah. You're right. Yeah, I thought it was cool.
Yeah, we got the new design.
Yeah, it didn't look like a bum.
Yeah.
Which is awesome. All right, so I'm excited about it. I'm looking forward to it. I'm ready to hear when we're actually going to start to see the first part of this 4-part installment. Snyder keeps teasing like, well, I mean, I could have more in store. Nothing's etched in stone. But man, if between Wonder Woman and this, I feel like there's a lot more momentum behind the Snyder versions of this universe. And you know, I know they've got this Green Lantern show in the works, but I feel like Zack Snyder working on something within this universe, maybe a Cyborg series on HBO Max. Maybe we could have that happen because he seems to be a huge fan of Ray Fisher and Cyborg.
It looks
like he has more of a presence.
It looked like Zack really wanted to do. He's like, hey, there's life in this franchise that you guys are just leaving on the table. It's like, I mean, and it seems like all the actors are like, seriously, we would be working right now on our second and third movies if you would put this cut out versus the lukewarm received Josh Whedon version. We'd all, I mean, like Chief would say, we'd be on Superman, Man of Steel 2. Like, we would have had the Batman versus Deathstroke movie that we could have easily got. I mean, so I'm thinking
fun movie.
All this is like, no, give me the keys, I'll run it right, and you guys don't touch any of my movie, don't edit anything, and just let me do the promotion because I can do it far better than you guys have been doing for years.
Could you imagine a DC universe where there was continuity between Titans and like Batman, Superman, you know, a good version obviously of Superman, you know what I mean? Like continuity, kind of like what Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was and literally every other Marvel TV show. With the movies, like some kind of continuity. Could you imagine that? That would have been awesome. Aside from Flashpoint, Crisis, that was like the best thing we got. That's sad because the movies, which have a hell of a lot more budget, had to ask those guys, the TV cats, to be a part of their thing, not the other way around. So, I mean, what does that say? I mean, everybody wants continuity. That's what the point is. So hopefully Zack Snyder gets some more say in this, right? Like, I don't know, man. I'm always going to be skeptical of DC because every time I get my hopes up, just drop it back down.
I'm thinking with HBO Max, they kind of come to the conclusion. It's like, all right, we said they're multiverse. I mean, we're okay with the multiverse, but now, like, okay, maybe we keep the Titans and Doom Patrol off on everything, but everything else after that, beside those two, I mean, and the CW verse shows, because we can't call them Arrowverse anymore.
Stephen Amell wasn't happy about that, by the way.
Oh, what? I mean, it was pointless.
They changed it, or they had it?
He was mad.
Stephen Amell, but
it from Arrowverse?
Yeah, it really is the CW verse.
Oh, that's dumb.
Yeah. But if they just say, hey, everything on those 3 or 4 shows, I mean, the TV shows on CW and the original DC universe, everything after that is all one universe. Like the Green Lantern universe is now part of the Zack Snyder universe of DC. Like maybe
I think that is the intention, to have it in part of that universe.
yeah. Well, it's like just like all right, maybe talk to him like, hey, don't make it super dark like you were probably gonna go originally. Maybe just uplift it a little bit, kind of Wonder Woman, Shazam level. Will be good. We will not edit the hell out of your movie. It will be whatever you decide to come up with after this will be a 3.5 hour long movie, and people just have to do it.
Because man, I rewatched through Justice League now, and having watched Dawn of Justice, the Ultimate Edition, and then watching Suicide Squad, where it's like, and then going to Justice League, I really noticed a shift in what Snyder did and what Whedon did.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand why you're supposed to care about that Russian family. Like, stop it. You did that already in both Avengers films. Stop. You don't care about these stupid idiots and this little girl with the bug spray. So, stop. It's not good. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what Snyder does. And I feel like I'm okay with his version of the DC universe. I know I've said before, why don't you just do what Marvel Studios does? But that ship is lost in sailed, and they can't fix that unless they have the Russo brothers come over, which they won't. So moot point. Okay, moving right along. Scream 5 is coming out in 2022. I don't know why it's taking so long, but we're getting Scream 5. As someone who enjoyed Scream 4, I'm excited to see this. And we got the long-standing surviving members, Nev Campbell, Courtney Cox, and David Arquette returning for this one as well. Are you guys remotely excited about this?
They're in their mid-50s.
Not in the least bit.
How old is Jamie Lee Curtis?
70.
She's still in Halloween movies.
Nobody asked for those.
That was like a guest star. Like, oh my gosh, that's great. That's like the Terminator. That's like old girl from Terminator. Like, oh wow, that's great. Like, that's different. These people are trying to make continuous sequels to the same person.
Sidney Prescott is an icon.
Of whom? It just reminds me of 90s. I don't know about icon. It just as much as nostalgia.
90s horror movie icon.
I don't know about icon.
Even when they brought back Jamie Lee for the latest installment of Halloween, I was like, all right, that's cool, but isn't there another story to tell? Is there another scary movie, horror icon in the making, in the wings? Is there another franchise to be made?
Okay, let's say this. Like, if you enjoy Happy Death Day 1 and 2, that would be like, okay, let's make sure we get this one out. Scream 5, maybe you can do a pandemic version, kind of, because I mean that was the whole. I mean that's what I thought made Scream 4 good, was because it used like kind of social media tropes to make Scream 4. Maybe they kind of borrow some stuff that we're dealing with right now and then use it as a pandemic, like no one can see you scream because they're all locked in their houses. I'm not.
I won't wear my ghost face mask.
Yeah, I'm not excited to see it, but I will give that movie a try. I mean, I'll give that a shot since they did such a good job with Scream 4.
Yeah. Okay. Did you guys see Scream 4?
I don't remember Scream 4. Please remind me what happened. Was that the farmhouse one?
Someone got killed. Emma Roberts was in that one.
I don't know who that is. Who is that?
Julia Roberts. She's.
Have you ever seen Scream Queen?
Yeah.
Like, watch if you get. I mean, if you're working from home and you have, I guess, Hulu, watch Scream Queens. It's hilarious.
Scream Queens is great TV.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Scream Queens. Okay.
Yep. It was a Fox show.
Anyways, I don't know if I watched the 4 though. I think I did. I'm pretty sure I did. When did it come out? If you tell me the year, I'll tell you yes or
no. Give me a second. It was really good for the 4th installment of a horror film series that hadn't been out for a minute. Came out 2011. Wow. That was a minute.
I'm pretty sure I did not see that then.
It's worth checking out.
Saw 3.
It was
definitely.
They did a really good job with it. Like Jay said, it was It felt like a modern take on Scream without trashing all the stuff that made the first three work, depending on your ranking systems of your preference on those other films.
2 was the best one.
Which one?
I like 2.
That's funny. I think that's my least favorite of the whole saga.
I didn't like 3. I just didn't like 3.
You don't like the first one?
I like the first one's fine. I mean, obviously, that's great. 2 just kind of topped it to me. No, 2 topped it for me, but 3 was kind of like, eh. That's why I was like 4. I probably was like, I'm not watching it.
Yeah, check it out. I'm sure it's on some streaming network at this point, like everything else in the world. Okay, mild debate question. So I was on Twitter, like I'm known to do from time to time, and I'm sure if you spent 30 seconds on Twitter or two, you've seen this name a more iconic duo. I'll wait. Or when they show, or my favorite, most awful take on this entire trend was they showed Courtney, Chloe, and Kim Kardashian, and we're like, name a more iconic trio. Oh wait. So earlier this week, somebody posted, I don't remember his name, the Beastie Boys' "License to Ill" was the best debut album. Come at me.
What the hell?
And I was like, whoa,
Really?
wait, stop.
Really?
Time out.
So he's never heard Illmatic.
So many better.
Let's switch genres and just say off the wall, Michael Jackson's debut solo effing album. The end. Shut up. Like,
let's go rap.
Like, what are you talking about?
Well, that was actually his second solo album, Gunner.
Talking about the one that Motown put out that doesn't count?
It does count. That does count.
Not count.
That has to
Not
count.
count.
In his chronology, that has to count. He didn't want it out, but it's counted as his first. It's just like Prince's first. It's just like Prince's first album.
He wanted on Epic. How about that?
We'll put that out with an asterisk. That's like Prince's first album. Everybody thinks Prince's first album was the self-titled Prince, but it wasn't.
All right, let's narrow it down to rap. What was the best debut rap album?
36 Chambers of Death. I mean, there's too many, honestly.
There's too many. Illmatic, Doggy
Okay,
Style.
let's go with. I'll make it easier because I'm with you. All right, 3.
Give me a coast.
3.
Okay.
Give me a coast.
All right.
Devon, you want to go first?
Absolutely. Are we keeping it? What are the rules?
3.
3 only rap.
No honorable mention. Just 3.
3 only rap. No honorable mention. All right. All right.
He knows that. Like, honorable mention 8-4.
All too well, I see.
My fifth honorable mention goes to
Illmatic, number 1. Number 2, Paid in Full. Number 3, number 3. I'm really trying to narrow it, and it's really, really difficult for me to do this.
Why don't you just do the first one that comes to mind? Maybe we'll take the other one.
All right. Doggy Style.
Hard to go wrong. All right, I'm going to go first because I know Jason's going to try to take mine.
Yeah.
Mine is, we talked about this before we started the show, the DOC. No one can do it better. Gosh.
Hilarious.
I played it through all the way, and it ends with maybe the best cap of an album with the grand finale. Because it's just like, man, the DOC just starts referencing all his earlier songs, and it's like, hey, if you miss these songs, go back and check it. So that one, the greatest what if story in rap. And next one, Enter the 36 Chambers, because at Howard, it was like, oh man, everything's changed now. So that was great. And because for whatever reason, my musical stylings tend to veer a bit more West Coast, or at least back in the classic days, Dr. Dre, The Chronic.
Fearless.
All right, what you got, bro?
All right. I got Notorious Big, Ready to Die. I got Reasonable Doubt, Jay-Z. and you managed right before I said it. You said it. I was like, oh, I was gonna take 36 Chamber. That last one only because Tupacalypse Now. Like that would be my three. I'm safe with that three.
Pop. I'm surprised we still haven't heard any Cash Money or No Limit references yet. Gunner.
We live too far north for that shit.
We'll save that for a much later date.
We'll save that for when we all retire in Atlanta. All right, we south now. We can fucking say this shit. Or not Atlanta. I'm sorry, Louisiana.
Louisiana.
Fuck, man. I like the albums. Don't get me wrong, but best debut albums.
Yeah, I just messed around.
Well, y'all already said the ones I got, so I don't really care. But these are the ones I will always shout out. 36 Chambers, Death, Enter freaking Wu-Tang. Best goddamn debut album. Ready to Die. Come on, man. Them niggas in the Hall of Fame. Off of 2 albums. Come on. Baby.
And a couple guest appearances too now.
Iconic guest appearance.
I mean, Bone and Biggie was in the what with Method. Come on, man. And then I'm fluctuating between the Chronic, but I'm going to go with who I would have had as honorable mention. Actually, you know what? Let me switch it. Chronic would be my honorable mention because the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill was the best debut album because she ain't put out nothing.
Yeah.
Like,
not a daggone thing. You talk about the best debut album, that's her only album. Still,
I got it right the first time.
Still
no need for anything else.
Nothing else. Still touring off it, but can't use the songs because she ain't pay the people that made the album. That's what I'm saying. Best debut album, that thing fell apart as a business deal, and that's why we got lucky with this album because that album was so on point. And you're like, yo, her next album gonna be great, man. She ain't no man. That's right. She's talking this stuff. She doesn't have sex with 50 dudes and have babies out of wedlock and all this shit. You know, she's talking real stuff. And then you're like, all right, that's fine. Find out later that that she was messing with married dudes.
Actually,
you're like, what the hell? I'm telling you, that is the best debut album given all the crap around it. And that has nothing to do with anything since. And she's still late in concerts off of this. Same thing that she's performing. She ain't performing nothing new.
Y'all
always performing the songs from those from that
record
album.
22 years ago.
We still buy tickets to go see her. You go, you smoke up, you drink, you go. If she shows up, you're like, cool, I still had a party. If she doesn't show up, you're like, cool, we're having a party. If
had a
she
good
shows
time.
up, you're like, yo, she's here. And she's singing the songs with a different beat. Awesome. And it's still a good concert. So let me be clear. That's my number one. Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, 36 Chambers. Then Ready to Die.
Oh, that worked out perfect letting you go last on that one, guy. All right.
I had to do something. Y'all saved me for last. I said every goddamn album.
Brought it.
Really good.
You were like jizzing 36 Chambers. All right, let me wrap this up. Yeah, no more.
Right.
All right, fellas, it's that time of the week. Who are your nominees for Dummies of the Week? Bro,
Oh, Jesus.
you always start this off like Ice Cube. So, what you got?
Oh, well, speaking of a fellow endorser, my dummy of the week is one Mr. Lil Wayne. Mr. Wayne is now facing 10 years of federal gun charges for hanging out in Florida. So hopefully, in the last couple months, his buddy who he endorsed can give him a nice little pardon to get out of jail tar. But I don't think that one's coming. So right now, my dummy of the week is Mr. Lil Wayne.
Breezy. All right, Gunner, what you got?
I don't know, man. I mean, so many. You got the white dude playing Martin Luther King over at Kent State University, man, where they teach colorblindness.
If you're gonna mention it, you have to mention it in case people listening haven't heard it.
Sorry, in 2015 apparently there was a play. They had a white dude play MLK and said play. And the excuse, let me see, they reached out to the dude and said, Dr. King is not just a prominent African American, he's a prominent American. We can't, why can't an American play another prominent American? And completely, like, the most whitewashed answer I've ever heard in my daggone life. I'm sitting here like, you realize we're talking about some dude that fought racism and the racism thing, plays about racism, and you decide to play a white dude playing MLK. Do you not understand how problematic that is? Dummy of the Week goes to everyone who thought this was a good idea and approved it, to have it even this far on stage to the point where we're still talking about it in 2020.
All right, my choice for Dummy of the Week is Zack Snyder, because even though I'm very hyped up and excited about the Snyder Cut of Justice League, he's trying to see how far he can go, because now he's teasing a director's cut version of Man of Steel. It's not necessary, Zach. Hold off. Let's just get this one right. Let's move forward, not back. Always forward, never back. In the immortal words of Luke Cage and Bobby Fish. All right, fellas. Well, that's going to do it for this episode. Thank y'all, as always, for rolling with me. Thank y'all out there for listening. This episode of Lyle's Movie Files has been filed.